Hi everyone, I'm Jacko from Jacko's Fossils, and today I'd like to answer a very common question I get, which is, how do you know a T-Rex tooth is a T-Rex tooth? I have 4 teeth here as an example. Anyway, so there's 2 pieces of information that you really need to identify or to positively identify a tooth as coming from T-Rex, and those are proximity and morphology. Proximity is the location. So in North America, there are 5 species of Tyrannosaur, and their teeth are all very similar. But they're found in different areas. So you really need to know exactly where a tooth is from to say it's T-Rex versus one of these other Tyrannosaurs. The other Tyrannosaurs besides T-Rex are Daspletosaurus, Gorgosaurus, Albertosaurus, and Nanotyrannus. So, first thing you need, here's a map of the US, and all of these Tyrannosaurs are found in the very late Cretaceous. I think the oldest one of those 5 is 79 million years old, and they're all found right around over here in the area of Montana, the Dakotas, and Wyoming. Now, you blow that area up, and it's really, where you find T-Rex is mostly this area over here in eastern Montana, as well as North and South Dakota, and a little bit into Wyoming. Now, a lot of times you will see people that will list a tooth as T-Rex, and they'll just say from the Hell Creek Formation of Montana. And while you do find T-Rex in the Hell Creek Formation of Montana, you need to know it's from this area to know it is from Hell Creek, because if it's any farther west, it could be from an older formation like the Judith River Formation, in which case T-Rex just hadn't evolved yet. So T-Rex specifically lived from about 68 to 66 million years old. So it's actually a very small window that this animal was alive. Anything older than that, and it's almost certainly another Tyrannosaur. So that's the first step. And the Hell Creek Formation outcrops around here. Right below the Hell Creek Formation are these older formations that have Tyrannosaurs, and they can be right next to each other, which is why getting the exact location, especially if it's from Montana, is very important. If it's from the Dakotas, you're usually safe because you don't have the older ones that are over here. But that's the first thing, is narrowing down the location. Of course, once you do that, you run into this other problem, which is this guy right here. This is a tooth from Nanotyrannus, which is a small Tyrannosaur that lived alongside T-Rex at the exact same time and place he did. And the teeth from these two can be very similar. This right here, this is a tooth from a juvenile T-Rex. Now, most people, when they think of T-Rex teeth, they usually think of ones like this, which this would have been an adult. But you had a lot of juvenile Rexes as well, and they shed their teeth throughout their life. So you have lots of these Tyrannosaur teeth lying around. Now, most of the time, if you're lucky, you'll see a Rex tooth like this one. This is the average size you see Rex teeth, about 1 3/4 inches slant length, not along the curve, but a straight line measurement. And the way you tell the difference between T-Rex and Nanotyrannus, especially when you get to this size, is you have to look at the shape of the base of the tooth. So with nano teeth like this one, you should see it looks very rectangular, and the middle is pinched inward. And it's usually pretty pronounced. Not sure if the camera is focusing well on this. But anyway, a T-Rex tooth, even if it's very similar proportions, won't have that pinch. It'll be more of an oval or a circle, or even a circle if it's from the very large ones. So these are, now, there are, of course, people who argue that Nanotyrannus is just a juvenile T-Rex. That is something that is still widely debated among paleontologists. However, on the fossil market, it is generally best to go by if nano is a valid species, and to watch out for those that are a Nano-Tyrannus morphology being sold as T-Rex, or vice versa. Sometimes it's very easy to get them mixed up when they're this size. And that's really the main way to tell the difference. It's actually not terribly difficult because there are only a few Tyrannosaurs, and they're so spread out, and the only one T-Rex lived alongside of was actually quite different. Of course, every once in a while you get lucky and you find a really big one, and then you don't even have to look at the base. You just know when they're this size, it's Rex. This nano right here is about a little less than 1 1/4 slant length. The biggest ones I've ever seen from nano are about 2 inches. So once they get above a certain size, you can kind of just immediately say it's Rex. But of course, the really big ones are very rare. Now, I do want to point out one other carnivorous dinosaur that is also found in Hell Creek, and that is Dakotaraptor. Dakotaraptor was a dromaeosaur. He was a raptor. We've all seen Velociraptor in the Jurassic Park franchise, or Jurassic World, or whatever it is they're going to call it in the future. Velociraptor, the actual Velociraptor, was about the size of a dog in real life. The ones in the movie were very much scaled up. Dakotaraptor was actually a raptor that was about that size and proportions. And so you can get Dakotaraptor teeth that are about this size. If you do get a tooth that is nano or T-Rex, or was sold as nano or T-Rex, and it winds up being Dakotaraptor, that is a cause for celebration. Those things are next to impossible to find. I don't think I've ever found one that I could, or ever seen one that I could positively say is Dakotaraptor. And most of the time when I do see a Dakotaraptor, it is almost always misidentified. And it's actually a Nano-Tyrannus or even a juvenile T-Rex. If you really want to know for certain that it's Tyrannosaur and not Dromaeosaur, you look at the leading edge of the tooth along the curve, and you'll see the line of serrations. If it's from a raptor, it is very straight. And if it's from a Tyrannosaur, it has curved off to the side a little bit. Now, that on its own, even then, isn't enough to positively identify it as Dakotaraptor. You actually have to look at the tooth under a microscope, look at the shape and the density of the serrations to further verify. So if you ever do see someone selling a Dakotaraptor and they're not giving you all that information, don't get it, unless you're willing to pay that money for a nano or a juvenile Rex. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope this helped you all understand a little bit about identifying these fossils. They're all theropod teeth in general are not easy to get. Some are easier than others. And hopefully this can help you all figure out what it is you're looking for, whether you're out in the field looking for them yourself or buying them. Have a wonderful day, everyone.